Do you know the term married but single? That's what I talked about today in my Danish video. And here is the version in English. There are some signs when you're with this narcissistic partner that you're actually single in this relationship. Yeah. And one of the things that you can look at regarding yourself is when you no longer have the need to share your emotions, to share your feelings, to share your thoughts with this person, with this partner. And you don't do it because you know deep down inside that the partner would either dismiss you, or they would laugh at you, or they would say things like, oh, I'm so tired of you nagging all the time. This and that and this and that. Have you no respect for me? I've been working all day and I come home and then you start this arguing, blah, 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 me. If you've been with a narcissist, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, over time, you just silence this part of you. You no longer try to tell them about your feelings or share your emotions with them, because you feel like it's kind of a burden. Yeah. And the thing about this is that you have this bond to this narcissist. And when you're with a partner where you cannot share your emotions or your feelings or talk about the relationship or stuff like that, it's like that bond, that connection you have is fading out. Yeah. So that's why. And then there's another thing. You probably stopped asking them for help. Because, you know, if you do, they will come up with this attitude. Or there will be this endless delay. Yeah, honey, I will help you. And then you just sit around and wait and think, okay. When is this ever going to happen? Yeah. So, you reach the point where you actually do everything yourself. Even tasks that are not yours to do. But you know that if you ask your partner, they will make this, never-ending list of excuses. So, honestly, you're just forced to do all this on your own. And then there's the zombie state. That's the state where you just went and lived a life inside yourself. You don't really show your emotions. You're just living in silence. Perhaps you only stay here in this relationship because of the kids. And I know some of you are in a relationship where you have a partner who runs the finances. So maybe you don't have any access to money. You have to ask him or her every time you need some money. So maybe that's what's making you stay also. But you just live this silent life. And when you do this, in a normal relationship, your partner would be like, oh, something's wrong, and say, honey, are you okay? Normal people would do that. But when you're with a narcissist, they just sit and think, oh, this is so great. Finally some peace and quiet in the household. No nagging, no I feel this, no blah, 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 blah. So the narcissist has a feeling of power and control over you. And they also sit and think, oh, finally, she or he are respecting my need for peace and quiet. So they think they won. That's how it feels inside the narcissist. But in fact, they didn't win anything. They actually lost because they lost you. Yeah. And in this relationship at this stage, you actually feel like you're a widow. Because there is no partner present. So it's you and you alone who has all the responsibilities. And we could say that your partner is either acting like a roommate, or you have an extra child in the household. You have a teenager. And when this partner, this narcissist, is home, they probably just there to eat or sleep or shower or change their clothing or, yeah, just there to get their needs met in some way. And they probably just sit with their head in the phone the rest of the time. They totally checked out of their family life. So everything is on you. So you're actually a solo person. You're living a solo life. Yeah. And because of all these things here that I mentioned, you are so tired. Yeah. Because you have to do everything yourself. And if you have a day where you're feeling down or sick or you don't have any energy, you just have to get up, get out of bed and fix everything yourself. Take care of the kids, clean the house, do the laundry, do the shopping, make the food, everything. You don't have a partner that you can count on. No. And the thing is that you're starting to run on empty fuel. And you just keep going. Because you have no one to lean on. You're all alone. And that's the worst feeling when you're in a relationship with a narcissist. That's the feeling of being alone. The feeling of being alone and abandoned. That's actually what you sit with. You're like, where did he go? Or she, where did she go? So, you have a person in this household that's like a ghost. They act like a ghost. You just sit and look at them and they're not really there. And when they are there, it's for the arguing or the yelling or the blaming and all the stuff like that. Yeah. So, that's why I use the term married but single. And darling, if you are in a relationship and can recognize the things that I talk about in this sound video, please promise me that you will do your very best to get out of this. This is not love. This has nothing to do with love. No. Your partner is just using and abusing you. And no one deserves to be in a relationship that looks like this. No. I hope everyone out there is taking the utmost care of themselves. Please promise me that. Yeah. Bye.